Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't say I'm surprised. I'll be honest. I cannot say I'm surprised that the markets ended up going red after in my previous video, when we were recording that video, the markets were going green. So the markets ended up going red on the day pretty much all across the board. So we got to break down what is going on in these markets, and we have to break down earnings, stocks I'm looking at, what I'm looking to do. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, and let's get right into the video, guys. So overall, on the day, we ended up going down. The NASDAQ went down 1.2%. The Russell went down 0.5%. We had the S&P down 0.4%. And actually, the Dow ended up going up. Excuse me, guys. Not every index went down. The Dow went up a little bit. I mean, barely, 0.08%. But I guess technically that is a green day. So tech got killed today. The S&P went down. Russell went down. Small caps got hit. And we had the Dow pretty much at break even, as the VIX went down 4.6%. And we had silver up 3%. So monster green day for silver today. And we had gold up about 0.9%. Pretty solid day for gold as well. So good day for the metals. And we covered oil in my previous video, guys. Crude oil ended up going up 3% on the day, right around 115 a barrel right now. We're going to talk about some oil stocks in this video. I think only one. And right now, oil is about to test 115. If it breaks that point, like I said in my previous video, I think this is really going to fly. That's what I'm thinking. So let's see what happens with oil, gold, silver, the indexes. And in the meantime, as we're patient over the next couple of weeks to see how this thing ends up panning out, let's see what's going on the 5-day chart for SPY. Then we'll go to TTWO and kind of see in the very short term here what is going on. So on the 5-day chart, what I'm noticing is an ascending triangle on SPY. On TTWO, it's a little bit different. We'll talk about that in a second. But on SPY here, I'm noticing higher lows being made, 385, 398. Today we closed at about 399, 400. So higher lows are being made. And at the same time, excuse me, guys, we are seeing resistance at about 404, right? We failed at that point right around power hour, or the start of power hour, and that's where we dumped for the rest of the day, which you guys can see we had a big sell-off. We'll talk about that in a second. And 404, 405 is where we failed on Friday as well. So we have an ascending triangle here. We closed right at 400. So in the very short term, what are we going to do here? This is the million-dollar question, and we'll probably find out tomorrow, maybe even in the pre-market. Are we going to run this back up to test the resistance, which is at 404, 405? Are we going to test that? Are we going to break out and maybe see a push towards 410 SPY, maybe even higher? Or are the bears going to win and then push us under, let's say, 397. Jeez, guys, this whole video is filled with voice cracks, but I don't think I'm going to edit it. We're going to push right through. What's going to happen, right? Are the bears going to win? Are the bulls going to win? So I'm going to set an alert, and right now we are moving up, it seems, a little bit after the bell, or maybe I'm wrong on that. Let me double check. No, we're still down a little bit after the bell, but pretty much at break even. So I'm going to put an alert at $397. Mark is at or below. That's my first alert, $397. The second alert is going to be at 405. So actually, I think I already have an alert at 405. So this is going to tell me, okay, are we going to go under 397, which is where the bears are going to dominate and maybe get us back down under 390, or are the bulls going to dominate tomorrow, get us over 405 to then 415 plus in the short term? It's really just at this point a waiting game. And when it comes to TTWO, guys, and you'll see the big sell-off in the end of the day here. TTWO went down 1.3% in the last hour and a half of the day. As SPY went down, I almost forgot to mention that, it went down about 1%. So not as crazy of a sell-off as we've seen in the past, where we've seen 3 or 4% crazy swings into close. But it was a decent drop into close. I mean, 1%, 1.5%. Pretty decent, right? So TTWO on the 5-day chart, we're noticing this is not an ascending triangle. It's more of a wedge. You guys can see higher lows over the past 3 days, but over the past day and a half, lower highs have been made. 305, 303, 301.75, and we closed just a little bit under 300 a share. So are we going to hold 298 and pop over 300, maybe start going towards 305, that would be bullish? Or are we going to collapse under 297, low 290s, which obviously that would mean the bears are coming back full-fledged, and this could go and test the lows again. So I'm going to set my alerts, one at 290, maybe 296, mark is at or below, and I'll put another one at maybe $302 a share. Is that fair? We'll do that. 302, mark is at or above. So I have my 2 alerts set for tomorrow. We'll see what direction the markets end up picking. What do you guys think? Drop me a comment down below. Make sure to smash that like button as well. And if you haven't done so already, as you guys can see, I'm coughing, I'm hacking, I'm freaking, cracking. My voice is cracking. Make sure to subscribe, all right? If you want to keep up with this crazy mess of a show we got going on here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And let's talk about some stocks, because we did have some companies report today. Not too many, honestly. I think only one. We're only going to talk about one company today that reported, and that is TT. There we go again. I can't even talk. TTWO, guys. Take-Two Interactive, and oh my gosh, look at that volatility, guys. We closed at 110 today, just about 18 minutes ago, and now the stock is moving towards 113. It actually almost got to 115, and it actually dropped all the way down to 100. So this thing is all over the place. Let's pull up the live news tab and see what ended up happening. So they did Q4 EPS of 95 cents, which is, oh wow, it looks like it's down from the $1.88 year over year, and sales came in. Oh, that's a big beat there, guys. $930 million versus $882.10 million estimated. So it looks like they beat that by $50 million. So cheers to that, guys. Let me get some coffee to that. That's pretty solid. And let's see here. Any guidance? Oh, yeah, we have guidance. They see Q1 EPS of 80 to 90 cents versus 90 cents estimated, which pretty much right in line, right? And they see sales 860 million versus 776.28 million. So they beat on revenue. Revenue guidance is solid. And we're noticing EPS is pretty much right in line as well. And let's see here. Full year 23 EPS of $1.90 to $2.15. Sales of $3.67 billion to $3.77 billion. All right, pretty decent. I'd say pretty decent. And the reason the stock's moving up is probably because of that guidance. So I'm going to keep my alert here at $120 a share, which is what I set in, I think I said it in the video yesterday, Sunday night. I'm going to keep it there. If this breaks out of the 50 SMA, I think it's going to fill the gap towards 135. $140. Really nothing crazy. I mean, we're talking about a 10 to 12 to 15% move, which for a stock like Take-Two Interactive, if we're in a risk-on market, which I'm not saying we're going to go straight into risk-on now, but if we do get some sort of a little relief rally, which I still think we're going to get at some point, if this happens, Take-Two is going to rip, whether it's 5, 10, 12, 15%, who knows. But all I know is if it takes 120 out, there's a lot of upside, and in the short term at least. And I'm going to be watching that. I'm going to be watching that as a trade. Another one that I'm looking at here, which is an energy stock, guys, it is ConocoPhillips. This one up 3%, and we talked a lot about the energy stocks earlier, guys, in my earlier video, so make sure to go check that out. We talked about Occidental Petroleum, Chevron. We broke down the crude oil chart a bit more, so go check that video out if you guys want. And in terms of Conoco, it is on the verge of breaking out. This is an ascending triangle on a larger scale. We talked about SPY on the 5-day, 5-minute. I see a little bit of an ascending triangle. This is on the 4-hour chart, 180-day chart, guys. So this is an ascending triangle. If we break 108, which today we got pretty dang close, we closed at 105.50. If we break 108, whether it's tomorrow, later this week, next week, I don't know, whatever time it happens, if it even does happen, I'm thinking Conoco completely breaks out. If I pull up the max chart here, guys, this is already at an all-time high right now. And if we break 108, we're in uncharted territory. And with oil looking very bullish, that chart looks very, very bullish. And I feel like it could go higher in the short term. That's going to move these energy stocks. Let's be honest here. If 108, 110 breaks, 115, 120, is that too unreasonable? I don't really think so, me personally, honestly. So let's watch it. ConocoPhillips, my alert's at 108. Halliburton is another one. HAL. Let's pop it up, guys. This one, I just saw it. It was on one of my screeners. It was, because it was up 4% on the day. There it is. It closed at 37.50. What we're kind of noticing here is, what is that? A cup? Maybe a cup and handle starting to form. It closed above the 50, but not the 180 here on the 4-hour. And we closed under today the lows from, or rather the highs from this entire month. So if Halliburton could break the high from earlier May, which is the high for the month, 38.50 is where that is. I'm going to put my alert probably right around there, maybe a little bit higher, maybe 38.75. If Halliburton could break that point, I see this going to 40 again. Really, I see it going to 40, 42.50, and that, if that gap fills, guys, that we're talking 6, 7, 8, 10%, depending on, of course, where you get in. And guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you where to get in, where to sell, what to buy. This is just all my opinion, so keep that in mind. Always do your own due diligence. But for me, if this starts breaking into the 39s, 40s, there's going to be more upside there. That's Halliburton. Another one that I'm looking at, which I'm not even going to lie to you guys, I don't know much about this company, but I saw it on one of my screeners. It is ticker symbol SNC, or CNC rather, CNC. Centene Corporation. Maybe I should know about it. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't. But we're noticing here this one up about 3% on the day. It closed under the high point from earlier in May and from the end of April, which 86.50 is that point. That's been a big resistance. So I'm going to put my alert right at 86.50. So that's where we close right now today. But a good thing with this stock is, even though it's under a resistance, it is actually above both moving averages. That's a very good sign. So if CNC starts moving above 85, 86, this could start going to the top of this uptrending channel, which we've been in for a good, let's see here, all this year, 6 months. 6 months we've been trading in this channel. So set your alerts, 86.50, 87, that breaks, boom, $90 I think is where this could be heading. Monster, MNST, which we talked about last week, guys. This is why you have to subscribe. We talk about these stocks all the time. We call them out, right? Make sure to subscribe. Monster, we talked about how the inverse head and shoulder was playing out. It was above the moving averages. Golden Cross, they reported earnings, and from what I remember, the earnings were decent, nothing crazy. They beat on sales. They slightly missed on EPS. I'm not sure if they reported guidance, or at least I didn't see the guidance, but it seems like it's been moving up since. Today it went up 0.25%. It's now trading at a multi-month high, and if we start cracking above 90, guys, I have no reason not to believe this. This can't go to about $95, $100 a share. That's where I think it could be going. So I'm going to set my alert at 90. Mark is at or above $90 a share, and I'm telling you, 10% upside if we do hit that goal, 98, $100 a share. That's what I'm seeing. Let's see if it actually plays out. It might not play out, guys. Nothing, of course, is guaranteed in the stock market. And in anything in life, really. Nothing is guaranteed. But we're not going to get philosophical in this video. We're not going to get deep today, guys. We're not there right now. So let's go to the next one, which is JWN, Nordstrom Inc. This one up 2% on the day. Pretty nice day for the stock. What we're noticing is if I pull up this 4-hour and maybe zoom in a little bit, I don't even have to. I mean, you guys can see it. We're noticing an uptrend, right? It's been uptrending for months, even though it got destroyed. This is pretty much what's going on, right? JWN was at $36 back in November. It got destroyed. You guys remember that. It went all the way down to $18. And that happened in the middle of December. We hit $18. And since that point, really, the stock's just been trying to dig its way out of the hole. It's been slowly but surely filling that gap up to 30, 35. I mean, look, guys, we're in the mid-20s now. We're getting closer to 30, 35. So this is now at the moving averages in terms of resistance. And we also have a death cross, which is a bit worrisome. So I'm not going to touch JWN unless it breaks. I have $28 here as an alert. I'm going to actually lower that. unless it breaks 26. We have to see what it does at 26 bucks, guys. If we start making a move out of there, this could really start gaining steam towards 30, especially with earnings coming up. Who knows? These earnings might be solid. I don't know. We have to wait and see on the 24th, which is in 8 days from when I'm filming this, which is what, next Tuesday or something like that. So keep your eyes on Nordstrom. And the last stock for today, guys, is Tyson Foods. Yes, the most sexy company in the world, right? Or the sexiest, whatever. You guys know what I mean. No, I'm kidding, guys. Jeez. Nobody really looks at Tyson Foods, but the chart, I said it last week, and I'll say it again right now. I think it looks pretty good. Today it went up 0.9%, and it's at a point where it just needs to start breaking out in terms of, if you want to see a big push, because we're at the moving averages on the 4-hour chart, and if I pull up, let's say this 20-day, you guys can see we are technically in a downtrend in the past, roughly month. So if we start getting buying pressure out of 90, 92.50, that's where it really could start making a move. So I'm going to set my alert at 92.50 for this stock, and we'll see what it does from there. If we start breaking the downtrend on this 20-day chart, going back to the 4-hour chart, it might start making a move towards $100. That's personally what I'm thinking. So those are 7 stocks, guys, that I'm looking at right now in the markets. And before we end off the video, let's have some fun. Let's look at what did the worst today. We had some stocks today, guys, that just did terribly. I mean, freaking horribly. So before we wrap the video up, let's bash some stocks. Well, I don't want to say bash, but let's talk some crap about some stocks, guys. So today we had Voyager Digital go down 26%. It's just about 20 cents. Well, I guess exactly 20 cents higher from the $2.07 low that was just hit just about 5 days ago. So this got clobbered today, and the funny thing is it went up 30-40% on Friday, did it not? I mean, look at this chart. Let me pull it up. 5-day, 5-minute. Yeah, look at this. On Friday it went up 30%, and today it pretty much went down 30%, and now I'm noticing a head and shoulders on this 5-day, 5-minute. I mean, Voyager could easily later in this week be under $2 a share. Who knows? Maybe even tomorrow. It's possible. So Voyager got clobbered today. Beyond Meat got clobbered today, which also ran up like crazy on Thursday and Friday. Beyond Meat went down 13% today. Shopify went down 11% today. Got clobbered after going up on Thursday and Friday. It went from 308 to 408. It ran 30% Thursday, Friday. Today it gave back 11% of that, which is a pretty big move. So the volatility is out there, guys. Even though the VIX is dying down, the VIX doesn't necessarily, point to volatility for every single stock out there, right? I mean, there's certain small caps that just get hit time and time again. They're extremely volatile. And no matter what, even if the VIX is low or it's not a crazy day for the VIX, these stocks are still swinging like no other. I mean, 26% for Voyager, geez, guys. CrowdStrike, 6%. GameStop, 7%. Snapchat, 5.5%. Some of these stocks just got destroyed. And for the biggest gainers, I mean, is this a clown world we're living in? DWAC was the biggest gainer, guys. Well, I don't even know what it's called. I forget what it's called again. Digital World Acquisition, the company taking Trump's social media public, right? It's crazy. This was up 9% today. SoFi up 3%. XLE, which is solid. XLE is a solid one. That went up 2.6%. So crazy day, guys. And with that being said, I guess we're going to wrap it up. Get your free money from Moomoo. Link down below. Deposit at least $100 to get up to 5 free stocks, each up to $3,500. And if you want, a free share of Twitter, deposit at least $2,000 and you get up to 5 free stocks and a free share of Twitter guaranteed. Make sure to also join my Patreon and get your 5 stocks from Webull. A bunch of free money, guys. Link down below. I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Peace out, guys.